Alright guys, so today we're going to do a review on the Cybergun slash CYMA p90 AEG. I just got this from e-bike a couple days ago. I actually really like it, and there are no good reviews of it on YouTube except for like one. They're not bad reviews, they're just all really old, and they've actually changed a lot of stuff on this gun. It's actually, I was looking at a P90 for a P90, so I looked at every brand, King Arms, Classic Army, everything, even looked at a used Tokyo Marie, and actually this build quality wise on the externals is probably the nicest looking one that I've seen as far as finish goes. The metal top rail is a lot nicer. The other one's like pop metal. This one's actually nice and sturdy feeling. It's got a nice heavy feel to it. So let's get started. I've already opened it, but figure I put it back in the box so you guys can see how it gets shipped. Comes with a trickle charger, which if you have a smart charger, use that. If not, sorry. I wouldn't recommend using those chargers unless you sit there and babysit your battery so that it doesn't blow up. Comes with a speed loader that does that every time you barely touch it, and a 9.6 1100 mAh battery, which runs it alright because it's a stock gun. I have bought a 9.6 1600 mAh for it, a Falcon battery also. Runs about the same with it, lasts a little longer, but my plans with this are to put a Hydra in it, which is going to be coming in a few weeks, hopefully. Comes with the orange flash hider on it. I've already removed mine and bought the actual P90 one because that thing is hideously orange. Like, it's very bright. It does run really well. It has a Reap style bucking in it, so it's actually very accurate. I just couldn't get my hop up to put any hop up on it because when I got mine from e-bike, the barrel was completely upside down in there, so the window was on the bottom instead of the top of the hop up, so arm can't press through metal, obviously. So I flipped that around, which was kind of weird to me, and it shoots great now, actually. I knew I wanted to Hydra it, but after shooting it and seeing how accurate it shoots from a distance as being AEG, I've actually thought about keeping it, but I mean, you don't see that many Hydra, or for that fact, HPA P90s out there. There's a few, but not very many. Like I said, build quality wise, it's just phenomenal compared to the other ones. A lot heavier, a lot sturdier feeling. It doesn't have that shiny black finish to it like the other P90s do. It doesn't have the white lettering, which I don't mind the white lettering, but a lot of people do. So it's fully licensed by F.N. Herschel, so everything is A+ on it. I mean, it's really nice. I mean, they wouldn't let a gun come out as a fully licensed gun if it wasn't tip-top to the T like the real thing, you know. So battery compartment is kind of small, very easy to get to though. Never tried to do it one-handed, but yeah, you can do it one-handed. As you can see, I have the 9.6 Falcon in there now, and it fits. It's just a mini brick type battery, and it fits in there, but your battery door does go on a little snug with this one in there, which is weird because it's not very much bigger than the other one. I'll take it out to show you how much the difference on it. So I swear it was gonna work, but that battery's damn near the same size. It's maybe a 1/4 inch longer. You can't even tell in the camera. I mean, that's how close they are together. But it still fits a little snugger than the other battery. Very easy gun to disassemble also. I have an M4. M4s are a pain in the ass to work on. I mean, not really. They're easy too. But compared to this thing is easy. Those two screws there, one there, one there. I don't know if you can see them. Pull those out, and your gearbox drops out. To get to your inner barrel or hop up, very easy also. Release the mag. That's another good thing about this gun, fully ambidextrous. I mean, you can fire selector. Oh, it's loaded. You run your fire selector and everything from either side, which is great for guys that like to play left or right-handed. Switch up. I'm blind as hell out of my left eye, so that's not a plus for me, but it's cool to have anyway. Inner barrel assembly, if you want to change it, take that mag off like that. There's a button there. Push that button down. Sorry for my framework. I'm using my cell phone still. Like I said, I don't do YouTube videos usually, but... And bada bing, he's off. And there's your inner barrel and hop up. You have to turn the hop up 90 degrees one way or the other to get it to release. There's a little... Can't see it in the camera, but there's like a little arm that hangs off the side, and it's spring loaded. That spring holds it in. Be careful when you take it apart though. First time I took it apart, this little box here is the actual button on the outside, and when I pulled the inner barrel out, I didn't know to hold that in, and that whole spring assembly came popping out of there because the barrel is what holds it in place. And it was kind of a pain in the ass to get back in there. I mean, it wasn't hard, but it was, I mean, springs are a pain in the ass. Everybody knows that plays airsoft. Springs are the worst thing. Other than that, I really have no complaints about this gun. I mean, like I said, I've honestly thought about keeping it in AEG now that I've used it like this, and my plans were totally just to HPA it when I bought it. But I mean, the build quality is so nice on it, and it runs beautifully already. It's very quiet, no whine like normal AEG whine, you know, just really quiet. If I had time to go out and do a shooting test, I might, but I don't think I'm going to. I gotta get to work here in a minute. The one thing I didn't like about this gun is the sling attachment. It's right there on the rear. The sling that they have for it wraps around the entire gun. Has a sling, that bungee sling that comes off of it. I don't really like that. Seen Angel Customs has a rubber butt plate that actually makes the gun a little longer too, which I like because I have long arms, so I think I'm gonna get that. And it has a sling attachment on the end of it where you can just hang a regular bungee sling. There is a, I think, sling attachment right there. I don't see what else that would be for, but to have it there on the gun is just stupid also. So that's the one thing I didn't like about that. And another thing, a lot of people ask what the hell this is on these. Well, on the real gun, that would be where the shells eject. On these, it's where you would adjust your trigger at. I don't have any needle noses on me, but if you grab this with the pair of needle noses and pulled straight up on it, it would pop off. And if your gun ever started firing fully automatic on semi or vice versa, not firing fully automatic, you would open that up, and that's where your trigger assembly is, and you can totally see when you pull the trigger how it works and what it's supposed to do, and it's very easy to fix. Like I said, just another thing on this gun that's just easy to maintain. This gun is very easy to work on, and honestly, looking at it, when I first looked at it, I really thought it was going to be a pain to work on, but it's probably one of the easiest AEGs I've worked on. Once you get the gearbox out, there's no trigger assembly to worry about. There's like one spring in there for the or no, two. One for the anti-reversal latch, that's right, and one for the tappet plate. Other than that, there's no springs. I mean, it's very small gearbox, so if you have small hands, I mean, it's not hard to take apart and worry about your spring flying off, because you can hold the cylinder down and pry the thing apart very easily with two hands. It's not like an M4 where your hands barely fit over it. So that's about it. Magazine that comes with it, 68 round magazine, 70 round, I don't know, I've heard either or. I haven't had any feeding problems with it at all. Actually feeds better than my M4. You know, M4s, when you pull out the mag, you always lose a few BBs. Well, this is top fed, so it fires every last BB out of this mag. I've heard that high caps are no good. They rattle around. You have to wind them up. I heard they do take a full wind, so if you wind them all the way up, put them back in, you shouldn't have to take them out and wind them again. But it's just, they rattle around. They make a lot of noise. Your enemies hear you coming. These are supposed to be the best. 68 round, 100 round. Everybody says to stick with these. They do have an M4 box mag also, but I've also heard to steer away from those because they do have feeding issues. They are cool looking, but they just have feeding issues. You're out in the field, you don't want to be trying to shoot at somebody and have nothing come out of your gun. You know, that kind of sucks. So this is my review on the Cybergun CYMA p90 AEG. Very nice gun. I have no complaints about it, honestly, except for the sling attachments. So hopefully you guys like my review. If you do, I'm gonna do a review on my M4 next. It's not a stock M4, but it's a G&G combat machine, and I see a lot of guys out there asking, hey, I just got a G&G combat machine M4. What do I do to it internally to make it run better? Well, mine's shooting at 400 FPS and has 0 air leak in it. So I'll show you guys what I'm running on that in a later video. But it wasn't cheap, I'll tell you that. So, have a great day. Keep playing airsoft. Having fun.